All right, welcome to a new episode of the CCBA. And hey, it's time. It's time for the selection show to see who's going to the big dance, as they call it. All right, and as you can see, we getting ready to do the Atlantic East. All the games will be played in Goose Bay in Newfoundland. All right, so we're gonna get this thing started. So at number 4, we got Keanu, the Huskies, and they barely get in. One of the bubble teams, they 9-8, barely got in. And they best win are against Calgary and Lakehead, two teams that's in the tournament. Ooh, I shouldn't have did that. And their worst win, and their worst losses against Western, um, Alberta, and Manitoba. And looking at the roster here, they got a couple of prospects here with Anthony Fox, the point guard, and then the shooting guard, Kevin. How you say that? Hud Hud forget it. You know me, I ain't good. I ain't good with some of these names. They do have another senior on the team, but as you can see, we got Gordon here, Eric here, Serge, uh, Gill, who's Harry Gill. He's hot right now, as they say. And then we got Grifford and Landry. Man, I'm not even gonna try that one. Patrick, and we got Chandler, Glenn, and Melvin Cook, who's a senior, but he's not a prospect like Kevin and D'Anthony. And then we have Eugene Love, who is injured. He has a broken left ankle, so he won't be seeing any action during the tournament. So now we're moving on to number 3 seed, and that is going to be what I say, Wilford, the Golden Hawks, and they come in at 11-6, and their best wins are against Toronto, Sherbrooke, Laval, and St. Mary's, the defending champion. Their bad losses came from McGill, Prince Edward Isles, and Queens. Woo! So that's their little thing, the Golden Eagles here. And as you can see, they don't have any prospects. They got two seniors. We'll get to them. But you got Tex Rubio here, who's hurt with a sprained left ankle, but he's still slated to play. So we'll see how that goes. Then we got Matthew here, who's on a hot streak. You got Bridgman here, who's also on a hot streak. You got Willis here, who's on a hot streak. And then you got Carmen here, who's on a hot streak. So they got some interesting thing going on with their starting lineup. Looking at the rest of their team, you got Ali Zuzman, you got Peacock, Andrews, and got House, Lawson, and you got Houston here, who's a senior, and you got Cage here, who's a senior. But neither one of those guys are prospects. I don't see them uh, making it to the draft. And then you got Wallace here, a point guard here, and he has a ruptured left Achilles, so I'm pretty sure he won't be seeing no action in this one. All right, and then we're moving on to the number 2 seed, which is Laval. They are 11-6. Their best wins is against McMaster, the Griffins, and Sherbrooke. Their their bad their bad losses come from Bishop, Carleton, and Wilford. Wow, cause wow, y'all lost to these guys. So woo. Good luck. But anyway, Lavelle, they got a couple of prospects. Grace, the point guard here, who's on the hot streak, who's a prospect. Then you got a Mix, a shooting guard, who's on a hot streak. Then you got James, who's on a hot streak. Then you got Black, the power forward there. And then we got Thompson, the center, who's a prospect. And we'll see how he do come draft day. And then you got Hurley, you got Snow, you got Dwayne here, you got Kurt, you got Brian, Jackie, and you got Sir Thorpe. And then you got Sterling here. No more seniors or prospects with them, but then you do have a new another senior who's in the on the reserve, and he had a weird situation that he just wasn't allowed to play. So and he's not looking like a prospect. So we'll see what happened to him down the road. And then the number one seed with the Eastern Atlantic is Humber, the Hawks, which I'm shocked because they was nowhere near the tournament last year. But this year, all their young guys has grown up, and they got one of the best records in the nation, 12-5, with wins over Toronto, Saskatchewan, Keanu, and Lakehead. But they do have a couple of bad ones against Seneca and Notre Dame, the Duns. All right, and they got one prospect, but right now you got Paxson right here, who's on the hot streak, and then you got your boy Manny Montana, last year most improved player. He's on a hot streak. You got Callaway, who's on a hot streak. We got Rodney here, the power forward. Then we got Crystals here. He's on a hot streak. And then we got Briggs, Brown, Tyler here. Cherokee Drake, who's a center. And you got Zealous. Then we got Cornelius Bradshaw. I don't know why they sound like a quarterback. Cornelius Bradshaw. But he's a small forward. And then we got Swift, and then we got Free. Milo Free. Wow. That's a cool name. And then we got Wallace here, who's a senior reserve, but he will not, and I repeat, he probably most likely will not get drafted. But anyway, that's the seeding in the Atlantic East. And, just looking at it, I think Hamburg is pretty good. I'm not sure if they're that much better than Lavelle or Wilford, but they should come out of this bracket. But remember last season, though, all the number 1 seeds got beat in the first round by the number 4 seed. So don't sleep on the Huskies. But that's who Hamburg got to deal with. You 12-5, man. You don't want to get bounced in the first round by a team that barely made it into the tournament. But hey, that's it for the East Atlantic bracket. And the next episode we'll be talking about the Pacific West bracket. Till then, you have a good one.